Mm.
So what are you dancing today, Yari?
I am dancing some rhythms and the relation they have with forms.
Is it a specific rhythm or is it just what comes to you?
No, it's a resonance of my dance training this morning.
Oh, where was this? What
So
was this?
was in Stockholm in House of Shape. It's the dance center and
Mm,
contemporary training from. And today was Ellen Söderhund,
yeah,
right? So we did some of her choreography from one of the last beats, Classica.
nice.
And there was a moment where I was busy with this rhythm and the relation between form, because my eyes are very busy with form when I copy.
Yeah. I see you were copying choreography.
Right, I was copying. She was teaching her choreography. I was getting steps and so on.
I
Uh,
I was of course thinking about choreography this week because of Lee Anderson's episode that came out on Monday.
ah, yeah.
Did you manage to hear this?
Yeah, yeah, it's astonishing episode that I found so intriguing. You were speaking so much about visual scores, and
Yeah.
just hearing all that, I was like, oh, like what what is actually is this all this collage that is going on, but very busy with the base of lore. What's it called? Oliver and Lore. Sorry,
Laurel
the
and Hardy. Yes.
yeah. Sorry, it's in Italian. It's different. So I'm like,
But you know it, of course. What is it in
yeah,
Italian?
Stalio and Olio.
Ah.
It's two different names, really.
Yes.
Yeah,
But Laurel and Hardy, yeah. This is the English name.
yeah, exactly. Lauren Hart. So I was very inspiring also to see so much passion in so much knowledge.
And I jump in straight away with something that, listening back, I don't think I really picked up on this when I was with Lee Anderson, with Lee, um, where she speaks about something that she says she doesn't often say this, but she feels like maybe that things are informed more from the surface rather than from the inside out. And
Mm.
this really, actually, I think is very interesting. This sort of
Oh,
that we are products of the environment almost. I'm sort of reading it like that, right? Like the visual input, these effects that affect onto us, they compound and shape our inner lived experience rather than there's some
Mm,
sort of like, essential internal magic thing that is like that we work from the inside and then that slowly would change the outside.
right. Oh,
So in a way, I guess maybe she's talking about habit. I wonder if it's that, because that's something that I often bring up of like, and
but
habit is this internal mechanism, whereas adding these complicated tasks of, no, the hand has to be here because Laurel has just moved like this, and there is a finger coming in from the frame, so we have to include that. These kind of like external logics, which then transform the body, the person.
uh, I mean, there is a strange because you say that because there is a moment where she says something like, um, "I ask people to try to do things they're not used to
Yes.
do." And I have the feeling there is something about the score that she takes or this as a way to authorize yourself to do something else, like to go crazy or to do things that you are not used to do. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like because it's not you, it's how you read the body, how you read the score or the visual score. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know if I understood well, but there was something about that for me, no? This full of collage that disorient also your habit
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. I mean, there's, sorry, at the heart is this like question around copying as a creative act, right? And there's something about exactly as you say, like the combinations, the unique combination, the the singular combination of this person in this moment with these influences, this collagic mashup of all these things opens up something new, something unexpected. It's creative through replication. And there's something that because of course that's often the not often, but like we could assume that if you're copying, you're not creating. But in fact, she's intentionally copying in order to create. Is that
Yeah.
is that fair? Is that what
Y- Yeah,
does?
it's what I
Yeah,
understood through your conversation about also layering
yeah.
and mixing up, but also the basic things you spoke about doing and doing again and doing again, and that it's inscribing so much in the body
Mm,
and describing that it's inspiring to be in the body for so many rewrites,
yeah,
and yet there is this precision allow for strong rewrite, for hard choreography somehow.
yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah,
because very often it happens when I do improvisation that I put score and score and or I redo it and then everything become anything. But the way you speak, it feels really totally opposite. Is this like pushing
mm,
in,
mm, yeah, exactly.
Philippine,
Yeah,
a bit like sometimes I see in some choreographies from like the dancer from Pina Bausch, for example. They're so thick the way they dance.
yeah,
Yeah. And it what it sounds as you too, it sounds like thickness also.
yes, yes, yeah. In my body, I don't think I mentioned this last. week. Um, but I went to a whacking workshop. You know whacking?
Yeah.
I'm let's say I'm not demonstrating, but I'm being inspired right now because but I went because in the festival I co-curated in Helsinki Sidestep. We had um, Nassim. Now her name has completely gone. Monia Nassim, uh, an amazing artist, and her stage production stuck. And this this was very expressive. I think this is what I wanted to sort of bring up. Like the performance is called Stuck, right? And she speaks about in the description of the performance that it's stuck when words get stuck and you can no longer communicate, and the body sort of takes over in a way of that inability to communicate. Like the word is stuck, you can't get past the word. And this is this felt um so present in the performance that we saw, where the movements felt so expressive, and it really reminded me of these moments where you're like in a conflict or there is so much drama in a situation, and sometimes it feels like it's drama after drama after drama after drama, and there's no escape. It's just stuck. And these movements, they're so gestural. Like it really, I asked Monia, does it feel like talking when you dance these types of movement, these types of choreography? Which she said yes. And uh, in fact, in the workshop, we even took lyrics from songs and took the syllables and moved on each syllable to sort of even further sort of exemplify this type of quality. Uh, yeah, there's something in the capacity to express and be expressive, because that was something that came up with Lee as well, was like the importance of the social um, in the dancing. And we sort of got to there by speaking about the idea that there's no such thing as abstract dance. Everything has a relation, right? Like you can find meaning. Um,
Mm.
and I was sort of struck by how the process of coming to the choreography, there was a really important element of devising and figuring it out together, like using the video
Mm.
and the method of copying as a way to produce a conversation.
Mm.
And it's funny that it's kind of what no, it's not kind of what we're doing. Like there's an element of our dancing that is sort of social, even though we're like on a screen, we're talking while we're dancing. There's an expressivity that we're sort of laying on to it. Um, Even as much as
Mm.
we like sometimes like I wouldn't say it's abstract, but that the meaning of the movement of the bodily expression is not singular. It has a it's very hard to sort of define exactly. It's not symbolic as maybe language is, where it has these sort of like signifiers and
Mm.
symbols which act as representation.
Yeah.
Whereas dance can
Yeah,
just be, right? Like we're just here beside each other,
yeah,
but staying in it.
yeah. Oh, you so yeah. This the meaning of dance and how is read.
Mm,
It's basically
mm,
I don't know. It feels like it's the dance. I don't know. It's just like whoa.
mm,
That is what I am busy all the time.
mm.
But I didn't go so far in asking in answering this. I feel like you know what I mean. And you too spoke also about like body communication being in another place and not speaking the same language.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and yet, I don't know if it's connected. This morning during my dance training, I was in the exploration of some organs inside me,
Hmm.
and I was exploring the tissues. I was exploring the meat.
Hmm.
I was trying to understand the texture of this meat inside me. And it's very interesting because I never eat meat in my life.
Hmm.
So I also have very little knowledge about what meat is, or what an organ could kind of like,
Mm.
the texture
Feel
of the
like
organ. There
texture.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, and it's, I felt for the first time, I felt like a, an inaccessible compared to other people. I don't know why. That was only in my mind, of course, but I thought like,
Yeah.
oh, because I never really eat meat, it's a bit difficult for me to access the texture of that of those all these tissues and so on. Then I started to open my mouth and
Mm.
use the tongue, no, as a almost as a touching device for the in. So interesting, no? Almost if my tongue
Yeah.
could actually really have a sensation um, in that sense. I don't know why I got in. I think it's because there was something about thickness, and for the first time, also my organs this morning I experienced them as something more thick or something more also variegate, have a
Yeah.
different texture,
Yeah.
and yeah, liquid and at the same time. mm, masses were very similar also, or there's a lot of different shades of that. I don't know, because the tongue probably experience is what
Yes.
I could read in the tongue. I could read the tongue
Yeah.
into my organs.
I mean, it makes you think like, or wonder like, what is the what is a gap? Like in one way, the gap of knowledge is infinite. Like I have no way of knowing that I experience what you're experiencing. We have this language as like a mediator, and we also have dance as a way of somehow being together in relationship. But to fully know is really difficult, and yet at the same time, we can assume many other things are surely the same. Like even you having not have eaten meat in your life, you have a relationship to meat. Like it's in the society and you're aware of it, and you're probably even aware of when certain things have a more meaty texture or quality than when something doesn't. Like you have your own perception of that. And yet we also somehow can imagine that there are gaps between your understanding of meat and my relationship to meat. As someone also, I haven't eaten meat for a long time either, so I think mine is also uh, different to someone who's maybe eating meat right at this second. Um, but still, the sort of like the the gappiness and the sameness are somehow related. This kind of like in the end, I felt like something that Lee is working with is a type of zeitgeist, and I think I said this in the record. And this I find really interesting that we could be sharing and living within something of the same, even though it's often felt and articulated and understood as different and divergent and diverse. Um, I gave a workshop uh, last week in Helsinki. Now I'm back in Cambridge, if you can't see. Um, but I did this workshop, and it was like it was intended as a sort of a way to reflect upon um, the festival, and like to give us opportunities to be with the experiences of dance that we've had that can be more that can be in a studio, in a dance studio, and have all the luxuries that come with a dance studio of lying down, being quiet and just moving, or using space as a medium. Anyway, so it was really nice. There was three people from Zodiac, really like two visiting artists and um, an amazing uh, public or audience engagement person, and then two students from Helsinki, and one of those students, in fact, was one of my students, which was really nice to reconnect with and be with. And we did the questioning practice, Yari, and it was really it's such an interesting practice. I still don't understand how it opens up meaning, but it opens it up just enough for us to share in something, but it never states it as real. And there's something very like I wonder if there's something in the dancing that we're talking about that we're alongside, we it is meaningful, but it's also it could be anything. And through this sort of social engagement that she brought about of like we're copying each other, we're not copying, we're negotiating the copying of this material, which is very, it feels very like real and static, but it has to be translated into the three dimensions of the space. Yeah. I wondered if you would like to ask some questions for a bit.
Yeah, I'm so
For this.
sorry. My question is for now is like it's a practical question, and probably maybe you will not answer, but you and Leah were learning two different parts, Oliver and Hardy. Is that again?
Laurel and Hardy, yes.
Thank you, Lauren Hardy. I'm so sorry.
No, don't feel.
Uh, but you were helping each other. Is that what?
Yes,
Or
exactly. Yeah.
right, okay.
So we're both watching
Because
the video, and we're sort of learning each other's choreography together. And it needed two people because there was two people in the video.
right,
So,
yeah,
which was Laurel and Hardy. And so there was this sort of like we're negotiating and dialoguing how that's done. Like, oh no, I think actually I need to be the other side to you, because if we're doing the same as them, or then I'm on the right
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But I meant more,
Exciting.
would you like to try and ask questions and give no answers for the
I
remaining?
know you meant that, but
You
I
did
have this
know. Okay.
question. I understood, but I just felt this question was so urgent for me.
Okay, but have I answered it, or
You
um
did.
I did. Okay.
Sorry.
That's nice. Mm.
Okay. So it's
What time is it? Is it dancing time? Is it rhyming time?
Is it roaming time?
Is this knowledge? Is this knowledgeable?
Is this me?
Do you like
Is this
asking
dance?
questions? Is this not dance? Does dance
Is the
have to keep moving?
is dance reminding us the
Is dance a copy? Is dance reminding us of other things? Do you remember when you dance? Is dance memory? Do you feel the fluids in and around your body? Are your toes wet? Are your fingers dry? Is your mouth pooling?
is your mouth sore from dancing too much?
Is your mouth sore from smiling too much? Is dance a form of boredom?
Is dance a
Escape?
form of dance of eating?
Where
Are we
are we going?
escaping answering?
Do you think people listening are enjoying our messy, unorganized, unstructured meetings and in conversations? Is it important people enjoy what we do? Is it
Is it
important that things are important?
is it important to enjoy dancing?
Is my camera so much more blurry than yours now you have a new one?
Is it my movement so much blurry than yours now that you came from so many different dances?
Are you performing soon?
Are you training soon?
Ah,
Oh, what are you in practice now?
is this a practice?
Is this a let it go?
What questions do our listeners have? Is this release technique?
And we make space for our listeners to make questions.
Did you watch the Laurel and Hardy dance? Do we have the ghost of Laurel and Hardy in this podcast? If you were on stage right now, what would the scenery look like? What costume would you be wearing?
Which light would you use on yourself?
If your younger self could be hearing you talking and dancing now, what would they think?
If your younger self could dance as you dance now, what would they change in their dance?
How much of what we're doing have we done before? And how much is absolutely unique?
Oh, how many dances can stay in my body without mix up?
Have you finished?
Have you
Have I started?
have you started? Can my hand dance?
Does the AI not realize you're dancing?
No. Other system of language.
Does the amount we have to be happy for outweigh the amount we are sad about?
Can you repeat?
Is this political?
Hmm. Is dancing for joyfulness political?
Is it wrong to do things just for joy? Does everything have to be serious for it to be real? Do things have to be meaningless for them to be important? What is the opposite of a bullshit job?
What is the opposite of a bullshit dance?
Would you like to dance with me again next week?
Would you like me to be again with you next week?
Should we end in silence?